सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We will read from 5th verse. यस्त्वविज्ञानवान् भवति अयुक्तेन मनसा सदा तस्येन्द्रियाण्यवश्यानि दुष्टश्वाइव सारथेः। यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सदा तस्येन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि सदश्वाइव सारथेः। यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति अमनस्कः सदा शुचिः न स तत्पदमाप्नोति संसारं चाधिगच्छति। यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति स मनस्कः सदा शुचिः न तु तत्पदमाप्नोति न तु तत्पदमाप्नोति स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति। यस्माद् भूयो न जायते स तु तत्पदमाप्नोति। यस्माद् भूयो न जायते। The important point from 3rd verse to 9th verse is setting right our instruments or vehicle through which we have to travel in this world. Like something which is around you, you want to keep it in order. More important than that is something which is in you, you have to keep that also in your order. And it's a constant process. It's not a process of all of a sudden you do something. These 4 vehicles which you heard, it has to be every day we have to make some amendment, improvement. Then in the years to come, then it will be set. It is a difficult task for a seeker. This is where maximum seekers fall short. Understanding level, they are able to understand. Those who do satsang regularly, they are able to understand the goal, the means sometimes. But because they don't have that applicable mind, therefore they fall short of the goal which should have been reached by a certain time. So they don't pay attention on this aspect, especially the mind and sense organ. This is left out. Many times this area of our personality is left out because the importance of that is not that much. But as I said, mind is a implementer and mind is identifier. And mind is the experiencer of sorrows and joys. That also comes in the mind. Okay, so because of these three things, we have to take special care of our mind. There is one shloka, Rakshat Rakshat Koshanam api kosham chittam yasmin surakshite sarvasmin surakshitam sarvam surakshitam bhavati. It means, please protect this big treasure called mind. If this is protected, everything else is safe. So what is mentioned here is, so I was mentioning, we should develop a capacity by ourselves. If we decide something which is right, mind should follow it. If not, from somebody we should have obedience. Second thing. Third thing, we should be very close in touch with our Antaryami, from where we can know what I have to do, what I don't have to do. All these involves this mental tapasya is a very important aspect. Mental tapasya that I hold, and which is called dhriti in Gita. Dhrityaya dharyate mana pranendriya kriyaha yoge na vicharinya dhriti sa parth satviki. So I am holding on to that dhriti. Which dhriti is there? Which is sattvic dhriti. I have decided something, so I will now do it. And that decision is based on what? Based on lot of thinking. Not abruptly I decide something. So what is said here in the seventh mantra? Yastu avigyanvan bhavati. That means vivek rahit, the sarthi is there. Amanaska, I told you, shamarahitaha. Because such a mind which is uncontrolled, untamed, unimplementable, doesn't implement anything, it is as good as not having the mind. And Sadashuchi means the sense organ is bringing something, lot of thoughts on us. It is bringing uncontrollable thoughts from the world. Sense organ is bringing uncontrollable thought from the world. And it is taking out my knowledge which I have gained after a lot of effort. So what is the sense organ? Ashuchi means dam rahitaha. So nasa tatpadam apnoti samsaram chadi gacchate. So he is not able to attain that pad and he attains the samsara. So this is the one is there. So 8th verse you see, yastu vigyanvan, opposite is there. One is there who is very well, he has three things I said about the intellect, if you remember in the morning: believer, knower and decider. So it has known quite a bit about the things as per the Shastra, Guru experiences. Very well churned mind is there. His intellect is very much decisive about a certain issue. He has taken lot of time in conducting himself very well. Okay, so that kind of mind he has developed. It is called Vigyanvan Bhavati. So he is not a wrong decision taker. Wrong conclusions on a subject is not there. Wrong notions are not there. This is a very important thing. Wrong notions are not there. Wrong decisions are not there. Wrong value system is not there. Wrong attitude is not there. It is another, all this involves its own tapasya. Anywhere, if a person has not done sufficient austerity, that lack of austerity expresses as some kind of deficiency in these things. The deficiency is expressed in certain kinds of things. So if a mental intellectual tapasya, what you are doing is not done, then this tapasya then you will not have proper you will not know that. So you have to go to the teacher, you have to understand, you have to find out what is right, what is not right, what is the meaning of. It takes lot of time to know exactly what karma yoga is. I'm telling you. Very oft used word, karma yoga, that itself is not clear very easily. What is ego itself is not clear. When I was starting reading, I was reading when I was in 12th class, the Manual of Self-Unfoldment. So it used to say ego and egocentric desires. Gurudev used to use this phrase very much. I did not understand what this means. What is ego and what is, and supposing you are doing some work, so I do it, I am doing it, what's wrong in it? So you feel like that. It took lot of time to understood that this notion is a wrong notion, and there is a seer also. You feel when I am doing the work, and if I am saying I am doing it, where is ego coming into picture? Because I feel I am doing it, and if I did not do, nobody would have done. So, what is wrong if I am saying I am doing it? I can't understand that. It is not that simple topics of spirituality. You need a very good teacher and very good guidance to understand that. Then, later on when we went to Mahatmas, then they explained the whole thing, that even if you are not the only one who are doing bhakti angle. There are a lot of things which are contributing to it. So you are not the only doer. There are a lot of other doers are there. Now you are understanding because you have heard. From the Vedanta angle, Prakriti Kriyamanani Gunai Karmani Sarvasha. Actually, Atma is the non-doer. So don't say that I am doing it. So then it understood, okay, this is the meaning of ego also. Similarly, we feel attachment is so natural. What's wrong in attachment? You are all the time saying, so somebody said, don't you think in Gita Bhagavan has emphasized too much asanga? It is not practical. Because when you live with people, you will get attached. Unless you are attached, how will you live? You will leave the person. And somebody is upset with you, you say, I think his attachment is gone with me. In the family life, in the family use such expression that he says, इनके मोह खत्म हो गया है, इनका मोह खत्म हो गया, हमसे मोह नहीं है इनका. This is the expression to give a taunt. That is a very negative aspect is there. So generally, if somebody is slightly withdrawn from us, so they say, well, he has got detached. इनका मोह नहीं है हमसे, लड़के का हमसे मोह नहीं है. My son has no more with me. So because he is living somewhere else, there मोह नहीं है. This is all foolish kind of interpretations are given. It needs a lot of churning. Therefore, I have said that you discuss this. Raise your questions if you have any. That detachment is not this. Detachment is you live with the people, you work with the people. Still, you are not asking a particular joy from a particular people in a particular way. This is the crux of attachment. This is the crux of attachment. When you are wanting a particular response from a particular person in a particular way, and if he does not, okay, forget, no, but if he does not give me, I'm very disturbed by not getting that response, and that is the attachment. And this you will never get it. Personally, you will never get the responses from the world at all times from the closest person. From the closest person in your life, you will never get a response because everybody has their prarabdha, their mood, their mind, their own habits are there. So to understand this attachment also, I think you need quite a time. I don't know what forget about Atma Brahma, that is much far distant thing. Forget about Gita shlokas. They are quite heavy in their context. It needs a very seasoned and capable and committed and continuous teacher in your life to clarify these things. What you read in the books is only 1-2 line is written, which did not solve my problem out. Even simple books, it won't give you that satisfaction which this teacher can give if he is really wanting and he has already gone through the process which he has heard from his teacher. When we used to hear bhakti word, bhakti. So I used to say bhakti, is a kind of people who live somewhere else, or those who are devotees kind of people, or somebody who may be crying only, or who may be little away from the society. And even if I'm not that bhakti, it is okay. I'm intellectual kind of person. This was my notion when I was in graduation. I felt that is a path, no longer. So because first I studied Upanishads, then Gita. Then I thought bhakti is like that something. It took lot of time to understand that this is not the meaning of bhakti. Therefore yesterday and day before yesterday, when Bhakti Yoga I was explaining, I told Bhakti Yoga means KY1, KY2. That means it is in Karma Yoga also. It's in Upasana also. It is in Jnana Yoga also. Only it is in Jnana Yoga, it is a Para Bhakti, and in Bhakti Yoga chapter, all three has been covered, which I will show you. Yes, one aspect of Bhakti is where you are totally doing Upasana, sitting, contemplating on the Lord. But Karma Yoga also is a Bhakti Yoga part. Bhakti part of Bhakti is in Karma Yoga. So Bhakti, if Bhakti is not there, you will never be able to give up your Mamta, give up your Ahanta. So yesterday I was saying that without Bhakti, Vedanta is impossible, and without Vedanta, Bhakti is incomplete. Because certain places we feel helpless. Certain places we feel helpless. So certain places when I don't understand certain things, supposing I'm reading some mantra of Upanishad, etc., something is not clear, whom to go and ask? Supposing I'm reading something, Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, or something I'm reading, and something is not clear about that verse, or some anvaya is not clear, or some kind of something is feeling very complicated and I'm not getting, then what to do? Where to go now? So there, I tell where I go, leave it. Then where to go now? If I'm in India, I can go to somebody or some scholar is there, or someone who knows more on that subject, he's expert. Then here I have to go to Lord only. That please clarify this point. I'm not clear how to deal with this subject here. So you need lot of bhakti to go ahead in life. You feel helpless at times, you feel lost at times. And then especially those who are brahmacharis, those who have given their life only, who don't live with their father, mother or husband, wife, you have to have lot of emotional support from the God. Otherwise you will get lonely then. You will get lonely. Whom to talk to? Well, you have come to talk or what? You have not come to talk here. Certain places you are going, you don't know anybody. Whom to mingle with? You are not coming to mingle here. So you have to have lot of emotional support from the Lord. I was in Guwahati. So no classes at that time. Now Ananya is there, so a lot of classes are going on. No devotees, no classes. Kya kare bhai? And the people there, they gave me one driver and one car and one cook. So cook's name was Shyam Very nice cook he was. Such nice food he made. But classes were not there. So I said, Acha, take me to Kamakhya Devi, the temple was there. Driver and took me there. On the way I said, stop. Get me this many tulsi flower. Tulsi leaves. So what will you do? Get for so much rent, rupees. Came back, the Gopal Sasnam every day. Every day, still if you see my Gopal Sasna Varshana book, it is full of petals and leaves only, whole book. So 3 hours went, 4 hours went. कुछ तो देना ही है भगवान को, चलो भगवान से हो गया. Today I miss that time. If I can get time, I can again do Archana. So tremendous, and later on you realize that nobody else came. He alone was my strength and my soul was there. Sometimes you do mistake. Never mind. I'll go to the Lord, ask forgiveness. I will do more chanting today. I was like this today. I got angry. So I will do 5 malas more today. Repentance is there, and Bhagavan forgives also. Let me tell you, God is very compassionate. You will feel that He has forgiven. Until you feel, you continue doing that. Or I didn't talk to that person properly. Sorry. So you say sorry to that person, to Bhagavan also you say sorry. All these things became clear later on. So don't think that Vigyanvan is a very small. Bhakti includes so many things. And when I came here also no classes were there. I used to sleep at 1 o'clock. So what to do? So night from 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, this Abhishek used to start in my room only. That's Abhishek. Lord was Abhishek. That was the only thing. For 2 hours, 1 hour, rest the time. I used to write also, okay, one more Abhishek is done, more is done. So Lord becomes a very close companion in your life, which is required. You will never feel alone. And later on, what happened with that? What happened? Today, if I want opinion about any issue is there, today I'm confused on this topic, I have a lot to refer to and I get the answer on this thing. 80% times answers are perfect. This is not right here. This is right here. You were wrong here. You were right here. This is the way you put the subject. This is how you present the subject. He is so much with you. Then you understand bhakti is so important. So what ordinary person, a layman, understand about bhakti, jnana, vairagya is a totally different thing than what it is really. You are getting my point? Yes, getting it. So yes, to Vigyanvan bhavati. Meditation, we feel meditation is very big thing. I cannot do that. I have no time. So first of all, we have a concept that meditation I can't do. This is a very false notion that meditation I can't do. It's very difficult thing. Very big thing is there. ऐसा क्यों मान लिया? Why did you think like that? So many times I told about that saint, who told me meditation was not difficult. He sat and I also sat in meditation. When I was a student, from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 3 hours sitting quietly. It's not a very big, difficult thing, but meditation is very much required to disidentify with a certain thought which is clouding my mind. I feel the unnecessary thought is there too much today. I'm disturbed because of. So you practice that meditation. For 5 minutes you sit. For 7 minutes you sit. So who will tell it? Vigyanvan bhavati. Today my mind is not okay. Why? My mind is very sad today. So what shall I do? See, thought of sadness is there. Always thought of sadness is there. How can I say thought of sadness? No, you are not that sad. You see that sadness.
How to see that? You see that this person is there whose I am sad. This is RC, and you are OC. So what shall I do? See only, all the time doing only. OC should see RC and say, I have nothing to do with him. Whom? This person, whom you call lucky or unlucky, whatever you call. You have not film, I think, lucky scene. ऐसा था ना? अच्छा. So you see this person is there. Don't get too close to your life, I always say. And don't make any issue or any person very close to yourself. No issue should come very close to your skin. How can I be like that? I'm so. Let not anything go in the core of your Atma. This is meditative. यहाँ से distance पे आइए. Then meditation is required. All these things are so important in life. One Mahatma was there. So I like his point. So one grahast came, office going person. He said, for you meditation is so easy. He was a satsangi, that grahast, householder. He said, for me meditation is so difficult. He said, why? Well, so many issues bother us, trouble us. That Mahatma said, therefore you need more meditation. He said, I need meditation of half an hour or 20 minutes. You need for 1 hour. Because many things are bothering you and you have to disidentify with that. Keep it at bay. Meditation is keep the disturbing thought at bay. Keep it away. Don't let it come too close. Let nobody be very close to you. No issue come very close to your heart. Let nothing be very close to your heart. This is Vijnanvan Bhavati. Always keep the light on. Where my light in the room? No. In the intellect. Keep the lights in the intellect perfectly on. How is it? Why is it I am doing? What is my sadhana here? What is my tapasya here? All what you are hearing will give you a support when you start thinking. Okay, this is a very important aspect of your life. If you think wrongly, you will always falter. I was telling one day here also, when we were studying, 1.5 year course was over. One day one brahmachari was from Canada. So he came to me. He said, talk to me. He could never put on his lungi properly, first thing was. So when we had a function, so he got the worst male dresser award. So he came, he said, I'm very upset today. I said, why you are upset today, buddy? I don't want to say, but you are asking, I'll say. I said, okay, say. Well, and he was so angry by nature. It so happened, milk we used to get. Not like you all get comfortably milk. In our ashram, milk, 1 bucket full of milk was there. And used to pour. His name was Mukundan, the cook was Mukundan. He gave half glass to this person, this boy. He was in very rich family, half glass. He said, put more milk. He said, no. There is enough. I have to give to everybody. He has never heard no. This boy. Rich people don't hear no. Whatever they want, they get it. Therefore, never fulfill all children's need. They should learn to say no. Here to say no also. So this much milk was there, this much was empty. 3/4 was full, I think. He took the glass and warm milk. He threw on that face of that cook only. Along with the glass, not only milk. And ran away. He said, I'm not going to come in the kitchen to eat. Anyway, other brahmacharis were happy. This news went to Acharya. He was summoned. He said, "Why you have come to drink milk or to know about knowledge of Brahman?" खूब डांट वाट पड़ी. He said, "But he was wrong. This is the way to treat. He's treating us like as a beggar." I'm not a beggar. That I'm asking for this milk. This is the way he does it. Oh, teacher also scolded him by this. They say, "Why don't you scold that cook?" The cook is nothing to do. Cook is just coming. He is a servant only. He's a worker, but you are a seeker. After whole episode, he came. I said, "I'm not going to live in this ashram. I'm leaving." I said, "Why?" "Because of the milk." He said, "No, not like that, because of the milk. But my teacher scolded me." Therefore, I said, "So what?" He said, "No, but it was his mistake, Mukundan's mistake. And I've been tolerating since 1 year. He should get the fruit of his action through me only, not through God. Why should we increase God's work when I'm there?" Very furious he was. I said, "Come sit." So you're walking, we sat under a tree. Fortunately, he had a lot of love for me. I said, 1.5 years that teacher who taught you, did you ask why he taught you? What good you did? What good you did that he should teach you? If you are logical, be logical on all aspect. Did you pay to that teacher? Did you pay? Like they have management gurus come from other countries. So for one hour they charge heavily. Seminars are there, 1 hour. Nothing great. Nice brochure will be there. Nice breakfast will be there. Nice lunch. Nice tablecloth and everything. And big 5-star hotel is there. And 1-2 seminar. Ha, little question answer. Bada charge. Very big rich people will come. Women will come doing like this. And all the time sitting there here. And bas ho gaya usse ka. He was very touched. He said, "I'm sorry." Immediately he said, "Sorry, I should not have thought like that." I said, "Yes, what does it matter? Mother, father, teacher, they have the right because they have given a lot. Mother's time to scold or beat. You don't ask, why did you beat me? Why you are angry on me? Don't put logic at certain places in life. Put logic with your mind. Don't just try to put logic." And immediately he hung his head. He said, "I'm so sorry." 1 minute, this thing, and he was totally changed. Thank God I never thought like that. It is in my mind, whether I get or not from anybody, I never thought like that. Neither I scolded Mukundan also. He also did this to me also. Once I was taking vegetable. So when doctor said I had a problem, he said, "Take more green vegetables." So I was there. So he put little vegetable. So I didn't just say, I just kept the thali like this. It means give me more. He said, "Chalo, move ahead." I didn't say anything. Neither I got, I said, "Kya hai iska?" What he thinks is, I saw towards my teacher. From that day, I left that vegetable. Mind was so. I said, why should I ask? Why should I expect anything? When I have become brahmachari, I'm not paying anything anywhere. I have no money to pay. So why should I expect anything? Whatever I get, I should accept it with gladness. This is how many things were left in my life. Moment anybody says somebody you like, I leave it. One day in Jodhpur, somebody says, I think Swamiji likes ice cream. I said, not today, no ice cream. So, when you understand these things in the right perspective, Vigyanvan Bhavati, Yastu Vigyanvan Bhavati. Vigyanvan Bhavati means what? On every issue, you have a thought which concludes in joy, fearlessness, and knowledge. You're not stuck up in some issue. You're not attached. Even if you are attached, your mind will constantly say, I think you have to get out of that attachment. You are not totally lost. Well, I think my attachment is growing now. Before it grows more, I should nip in the bud. Or my hatred is going here, I think I should do something. What is this? So everything is very, very crystal clear on every issue. And this is why this course is there. Don't use this course for giving lectures in anywhere. It is very bad deal. Because some of you said that I will use this course for lectures. It's a very bad deal. You are putting the cost of a coal to the diamond. It is for transformation. This is the information, you use it for transformation. And when your life is good, you need not give. Automatically your personality will become so good that people will be inspired by living with you. So this is the purpose of the course. Purpose of the course is not to have anything else, to have more mission members, more work. All these are very secondary and not a purpose. Or I want more people in the ashram, or I want more activities in the... All these are secondary things. Main is that this knowledge which is a treasure here, it should help us in growing. After that you are here, very good. If you serve the mission, very good. If you don't serve the mission, then also very good. Either I have any expectation, either mission has any expectation. Okay? So don't think there is nothing like that. So, yastu vigyanvan bhavati.